Hello, my name is Hector Pedrosa, and this is my presentation for my biodome. The biodome. So the biodome is made out of a cleaned out milk jug, which I had to cut in half in order to get the things I wanted inside, and the things that are inside there is some soil, rocks, sticks, a leaf, and even planted a small little sunflower sprout. I then had to decide what organisms I would like to put in there, and I just went with 5 bigger ants, 10 smaller ants, and a grasshopper. The cycles in the biodome. The water, carbon, nitrogen, phosphate, sulfur, and rock cycle are all important biotic factors for the biodome. How are the cycles important? First, the water cycle is important for getting water to all living things within the biodome. From plants to animals, all living things need it. Next is the carbon cycle. Carbon is important for plants so they can make it into oxygen. Obviously, in turn, it helps the ants and grasshoppers. Nitrogen is next up, and it is an essential cycle to allow animals and plants to grow. Amino acids are a prime example of what needed from the nitrogen cycle. Phosphorus is just like the nitrogen cycle, except phosphorus is needed to make proteins for muscles and bones strong. Next is sulfur, which is an important element and the cycle for everything living to get what they need for their enzymes. Finally, the rock cycle is important to keep the land in good health and in order for living things to keep on thriving. Adaptations in the biodome. I believe the ants will attempt to dig deeper into the soil in the dome to look for more food. Other than that, I do not believe the current state of the biodome allows much room for adaptation for the ants and the grasshopper. The same cannot be said for the plants in the biodome, however. The plants will grow up and against the sides of the biodome because that is where the sun is coming from. In conclusion, I believe the plants will cover all sides of the biodome. Energies. I could easily include a renewable energy resource with a small solar panel on the outside that would feed perhaps a water system similar to a fire sprinkler system to help better simulate rain cycles. Symbiotic relationships. I believe the two different sized ants will be one of two things. Either they will work together and have a mutualistic relationship, or they will be rivals for the biodome and have great competition. This is the link to my time-lapse video for the biodome. Thank you for listening, and that concludes my presentation.